What's my age again? Well, I feel like I'm 13 again. Welcome to Brant B Guitar. Today we're going to be doing a Blink-182 song, What's My Age Again. Here we go.
You have the first part too?
Oh, what?
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. That part.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't hear your praise part, so I was like, hope he knows there's a verse too.
Oh, yeah, I put all the, yeah.
Cool.
Just zoom out here.
Yeah.
I can get it. I just want to. Okay.
That one's there.
I have to put it down again.
Took it to like
Crotch shot.
just above crotch. Next, I've been putting the tabs like right here.
Oh, nice.
Nice little spot.
Yeah. All right, here we go. What's my age again? Some intricate picking patterns going on, and it's quite quick. So let's go over the first chord here. So index finger is going to be on the D string on the 9th fret. Ring finger and pinky stay down throughout the intro. So the ring finger's on the 11th on the G, pinky's on the 11th of the G. So what we're going to do is keep those planted. Just to give you an overview, this is kind of what it looks like. So it's almost like a drone effect. The index finger is going to be moving, and then the last one is with the middle finger. So after you do that, the D, G, and B, the picking pattern is going to be down, up, down. And that's going to repeat. So on that first chord, D, G, B, down, up, down. Keep the ring finger and the pinky. Their index is going to move to the 9th of the A. Let's take that all again because I fucked that up royally. So the first chord, D, G, B, back to G, and that's going to be down, up, down, up. That pattern's going to repeat 3 more times, but now the index finger is going to move. So the index is going to go on the A string on the 9th, but now it goes A, G, B, G, down, up, down, up. Now the index finger moves to the low E on the 9th fret. Same thing now, low E down, G up, B down, G up. And now the middle finger goes to the 11th of the low E. Same pattern as before. E down, G up, B down, G up. So if you have this pattern now and put it together, I'd go pretty slow. Start slow, and then you can start building the speed. It's all that boom, 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 boom. If you think of that as one repetition through, this is... I made a mistake there. We all make mistakes. But if that's one repetition through that pattern, he repeats it 7 times. On the 8th time, what he's going to do is he's going to keep the first 2, actually the first 3 the same. So he goes on the 8th time. Same thing as you'd normally do on the 2nd time. Same one you usually do for the 3rd chord. But what he does is he repeats that 1 more time and then goes back to the beginning one twice. And again. So then that's what that's kind of like almost the pre-chorus to get into the chorus. So let's put that together again. This part twice, and again. The intro, first chord sequence twice again. And then into the chorus. So that at a quicker speed is... That's what leads into the chorus. Let's go into the chorus chords. Okay, so these are power chords. The first is F sharp 5. Index finger is going to be on the 9th of the A. Ring is on the 11th of the D. Pinky's on the 12th of the... I'm sorry, let's do that again. Index is on the 9th of the A. Ring is on the 11th of the D. Pinky is on the 11th of the G. Those 3. Then he goes to C sharp 5. Index on the 9th of the low E, ring on the 11th of the A, pinky on the 11th of the D. D sharp 5. Okay, so index on the 6th of the A, ring on the 8th of the D, pinky on the 8th of the G. And then he's going to B5. Index on the 7th of the low E, ring on the 9th of the A, pinky on the 9th of the D. So now there's an interesting pattern that he's doing. He's throwing in some left hand mutes. So the first thing you're going to do is play F sharp 5, down. The next down is muting, so you take all the pressure off on the left hand. Hit, mute. Now when you go to C sharp 5, up, down, the third down is muted. Up, down, mute. From the first one, down, mute, up, down, mute. Okay, this gets a little bit tricky, so you may need to rewind or slow it down. On the D sharp 5, he goes 3 strums, up, down, the third is muted. Up, down, down, mute. So all 3 of those together. Got that? You gotta really find out where the mutes are in this song. And then he goes to B5, which is up, down, up. Oh, I screwed that up, sorry. Let's try that again. He goes to B5. He goes up, down, no mutes. So all together with those 4 chords, down, mute, to C sharp 5, up, down, mute, up, down, mute, up, down. That's the chorus. If you think of that as one succession through, that pattern he repeats 3 times. The 4th time, he keeps those first 2 chords the same, the F sharp 5 and the C sharp 5, they stay the same. So if we do that, down, mute, up, down, mute. Then he goes to D sharp 5, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Actually, let's try that again, because I have to count in time. So for the 3rd chord, after the C sharp 5, he's going to go 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and no mutes. That turns into up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now he goes to the B5 and he just does it for a measure. He hits 8 strokes, always alternating, going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that last part, the last 4 chords, after you do that beginning part 3 times, the 4th time is going to be like this. The F sharp 5, down, mute, C sharp 5, up, down, mute, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, B5, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so then he goes back to the intro. And what I'd recommend is listen to these parts. In any song you do, know the parts, know where the intro is, know where the chorus, because once you know a few of the parts, they keep repeating. Okay, so then in verse 2, he's going to be throwing in some power chords while he's singing. Okay, so let's go over the chords. B5. Index finger on the 2nd of the A, ring on the 4th of the D, pinky on the 4th of the G. F sharp 5, index on the 2nd of the low E, ring on the 4th of the A, pinky on the 4th of the D. C sharp 5, index on the 4th of the A, ring on the 6th of the D, pinky on the 6th of the G. D sharp 5, index on the 6th of the A, ring on the 8th of the D, pinky on the 8th of the G. Those 4 chords, he's going to repeat in a pattern like this 3 times. 1. Oh, and by the way also, I know there's a lot going on in this song. It's going to be palm muted too. That's where you take your right hand chop the guitar where your bridge is, and you're looking to get this muted kind of sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if that's once, he does that a total of 3 times. So it's like this. 4 downs per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Eventually you'll build up the speed. Okay, so after he does that 3 times, the 4th time through he's going to do the same 2 chords, 1 and 2 and F sharp 5, 3 and 4 and. On the C sharp 5 he stays a full measure, 8 hits going, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then he goes back to B5 for 8 hits. So that's the verse, part 2. Then he goes back into the chorus. You guys already know the chorus. Now after the second chorus, there's going to be a little bridge part in this little solo that's based off of the intro. So that first chord again that you played, he's going to play the beginning part. So you're hitting again, index fingers on the 9th of the D, rings on the 11th of the G, pinky on the 11th of the B. So on the D, down, and I'd hit the B up, and then the G up. So after he does that, dun, 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 then he goes B to G. Kind of sounds like a doorbell. So he repeats the beginning phrase again, and then the last phrase you just did. So all that together is. And then he goes into this other riff, which sounds like this. You get a new technique. You get to use a hammer-on. So that's on the A string on the 9th fret with the middle finger. So he hits that 3 times. It's kind of like do, 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 1, 2, 3. And then after that, index finger goes to the 8th of the D, and he hits that. The middle finger hammers onto the 9th of the D. So all you do is hit it once, and the left hand does the work, the middle finger. So what you have to do is you have to take that middle finger. It has to kind of get some air, and then slam into it. So if you're new to this, I'd take an exercise like this where you can, I don't know, let's say index finger on the D going to the 2nd of the D with the middle finger. You get the idea. You can do that up and down the fretboard just to get used to that pattern. So anyway, back to what he does there. If you think of that as one pattern, he does that 4 times. Once, twice, one more time. So after that, he's doing this it's pretty intricate actually, it's interesting. Once you learn that, he's going to repeat it 8 times. So here's the beginning of the pattern. So what's going to happen is your middle finger is going to be on the 9th of the A, index finger on the 8th of the D, pinky on the 11th of the G. And what you're going to hit is, you're going to go A string to D, back to A, to G, to A, to D. Down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the alternate picking. That was 1 repetition through. Again, you're keeping the pressure with the left hand. Okay, then after that, he's going to go back into the chorus, and he's going to repeat the whole chorus 3 times. And then the song is over. So I'd take this song slow. I know there's a bunch of different parts. I'd listen to the song a lot to hear the different parts. I'd slow it down on YouTube, the song, and try playing around with it. And this is a great finger picking. That's not a finger. I was doing great until then. This is not a finger picking song. This is a great picking song. This is Brant B Guitar signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you're a little bit older, it takes you back to the glory days of Blink-182 when time and life was a lot easier. And it was the 90s or 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If there's a song you want to learn, or if you think this was the worst lesson you've ever had, please let me know.
Smash the guitar now.
Yeah, smashing the guitar on my head. Thank you. That was actually a hard one to do, man. There was just a lot of parts and shit.
Those are the two different picking parts, and then the verse and the chorus, right?
Yeah.